Hello and good evening, keluarga Malaysia. I'm Azlani and you're watching News at 10. Our top stories for tonight. My Sejahtera updated with infectious disease hotspot tracker. And ECRL expected to solve East Coast festive traffic congestion issues. After a 2-year hiatus due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the practice of holding open house sprang back to life today with multiracial crowds gathering to celebrate Hari Raya Aidilfitri. With the easing of standard operating procedures after the country entered the transition to endemic phase on 1st April, many quarters, including Menteris Besar in several states, took the opportunity to hold open house. In Johor, Sultan of Johor Sultan Ibrahim Almarhum Sultan Iskandar and the Permaisuri of Johor, Raja Zaris Sofia Almarhum Sultan Idris Shah, graced the open house of Johor Menteri Besar Dato' On Hafiz Ghazi at Saujana. Also present were Tengku Mahkota of Johor, Tengku Ismail Sultan Ibrahim and his consort, Yang Amat Mulia Cik Puan Besar Khalida Bustamam. Some 10,000 people turned up for the Menteri Besar's open house, with many arriving at his official residence as early as 8:30 a.m, although the event was held until 3 p.m. Checks by the media found that many came with their families in colour-coordinated baju raya to brighten up the occasion. Guests were served a wide variety of delicacies, including special Bugis food burasa and lepat loy, laksa Johor, mie rebus, otak-otak, kacang pul and biryani. In Jerantut, the region of Pahang, Tengku Hasanal Ibrahim Alam Shah Al-Sultan Abdullah Riayatuddin Al-Mustafa Billah Shah graced the open house event at Dewan Utama Majlis Daerah Jerantut, which attracted over 1,000 people from all walks of life. Apart from mingling with guests, Tengku Hasanal also obliged requests to take photographs with him and distributed duit raya to children. The visitors were treated to food like lemang, ketupat and rendang and presentation of raya songs to liven up the atmosphere. In Sarawak, Premier Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg and his wife Puan Sri Jumaani Tunku Bujang held their open house from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m, attracting thousands of people from various backgrounds. Tan Sri Abang Johari said the event marked a good start in the return to normalcy after 2 years of grappling with the COVID-19 pandemic. Sarawak Yang di-Pertua Negeri Tun Abdul Taib Mahmud and his wife Tuh Puan Ragat Kurdi Taib attended the open house at about 1 p.m. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri Yaakob is inviting all members of Keluarga Malaysia to attend his Hari Raya Aidilfitri open house on Sunday. In a post on his Facebook site today, Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri said the event would be held at Laman Sari of the Sri Perdana Complex, Putrajaya from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. The Prime Minister's department in a Facebook post on 30th April announced that all guests need to adhere to the latest standard operating procedure during the transition to endemic phase, and they are encouraged to put on their face masks and practice physical distancing. The posting also attached a poster guide on dress code and free bus service information to the venue. Based on the poster, among the clothing allowed include attire with sleeves, long pants, skirts below the knee and shoes, while attire not allowed are shorts, short skirts above the knee level, sleeveless clothing, torn jeans and slippers. According to the poster, the public should dress neatly and decently. Failure to adhere to this dress code may result in one not being allowed to enter the Sri Perdana Complex. For more information, the public can browse the JPM portal. While Malaysians are enjoying relaxations to standard operating procedures during this year's Hari Raya celebration, it is important to remain vigilant as the virus is still around. A check by RTM also found that most people believe that the time is right to relax certain COVID-19 restrictions and SOPs.
overall saya rasa sangat-sangat improve daripada sebelum ini atau 2 tahun yang lepas. Kita dah tak rasa macam was-was nak keluar, kita tak rasa macam risau sebab kita dah tahu kita ada vaksin dan majoriti rakyat Malaysia dah dapat vaksin juga. Bagi saya rasa setiap orang perlu menitik beratkanlah keselamatan orang lain. Jadi kalau dah confirm kita kes positif, please keep yourself away from other people and quarantine yourself at home.
Yang kelonggaran ini memang bagus sebab bukan semua orang pakai telefon bimbit yang canggih. Jadi sekarang memang ianya menyenangkan orang yang tak pakai telefon bimbit yang canggih. Jadi ini memang kelonggaran yang gembira lah.
Elakkanlah tempat yang sesak, dan if in case kita have to go tempat yang sesak, kita sendirilah bertanggungjawab. Kalau kita rasa kita tak sihat, kita jangan pergi, and if kita rasa perlu pergi juga, kita pakailah mask.
However, they also hope the public would continue to be more responsible and vigilant, adding that the authorities should also carry out more enforcement to ensure public compliance towards the SOPs. The My Sejahtera application has been updated with a new feature to track hotspots of infectious diseases, including the hand, foot and mouth disease HFMD. Called the Infectious Disease Tracker, Health Minister Khairi Jamaluddin said the new feature allows users to see areas designated as hotspots of diseases apart from COVID-19, such as measles, rabies, HFMD and dengue fever. In a post on his Twitter account today, Khairi also shared 2 screenshots of the updated app. The minister had earlier said that the hotspot tracker feature previously used to track hotspots of COVID-19 cases would be changed into the infectious disease tracker. He said this hotspots would be determined based on the number of active cases of each infectious disease in the area of coverage of consumers. Meanwhile, Khairi advised the public to continue wearing a face mask in enclosed or crowded areas. In addition, the minister also advised those with symptoms to do a self-test and report to My Sejahtera. The East Coast Rail Link ECRL project is expected to solve traffic congestion faced by road users, especially those heading to the East Coast during the festive season, once completed by the end of 2026. Speaking to reporters when met at the Aidilfitri Open House of Johor Menteri Besar Dato' On Hafiz Ghazi in Johor Bahru today, Transport Minister Dato' Sri Dr. Wee Ka Siong said the project would also help reduce the travelling time between the east and west coast of the peninsula from more than 7 hours to around 4 hours.
Hanya mereka yang nak balik daripada Kelantan atau nak balik ke Kelantan daripada Gombak cuma 4 jam saja. Itu dapat membantulah mengangkut mana-mana penumpang yang nak balik ke kampung. Termasuk dulu kalau Terengganu tidak ada stesen kereta api, sekarang sudah ada. Jadi ini dapat membukalah wilayah-wilayah ini dan memberi impak yang besar kepada negeri-negeri pantai timur.
The 665-kilometre rail network, which includes 59 tunnels, is estimated to cost 50.27 billion ringgit and will traverse 4 states, namely Kelantan, Terengganu, Pahang and Selangor. Meanwhile, Dato' Sri Dr. Wee said the situation on almost all major roads nationwide was under control despite the high volume of vehicles in most states. He said apart from banning heavy vehicles from entering the main and federal roads, the situation was also contributed by the provision of free tolls and discounts, as well as the road safety campaigns conducted by the government.
Kita tidak bolehlah seperti dahulu kurang sabar, dan kita juga menyekat penggunaan kenderaan berat di jalan-jalan utama termasuk jalan-jalan persekutuan. Kerana kalau dicampur adukkan kenderaan berat ni yang biasa orang tak sabar dia potong, itu berlakunya kemalangan khusus.
A total of 472 areas in 5 Ais Selangor regions are experiencing unscheduled water supply disruptions starting at 3 p.m. today, following the temporary suspensions of the Sungai Semenyih Water Treatment Plant (LRA) and Bukit Tampoy (LRA). Pengurusan Ais Selangor Sdn Bhd said in a statement today the LRAs were suspended this morning due to the pollution detected at the Jendram Hilir raw water pump station intake, as reported in the official statement of the Selangor Water Management Authority, LUAS. Ais Selangor, however, is unable to determine the estimated water supply recovery period until the exact source of pollution is determined. It said the water supply disruption involves 172 areas in Petaling, 54 in Hulu Langat, 196 in Sepang, 23 in Putrajaya and 27 in Kuala Langat. Alternative assistance through tanker trucks will be mobilized to consumers, with priority given to critical premises, and at the same time the water management is taking steps to minimize the impact of disruptions to consumers. Consumers in the affected areas are advised to store enough water until the water supply is fully restored and refer to Ais Selangor's official communication channels such as the Ais Selangor application, Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, or call the Ais Selangor call centre at 15300 for inquiries. A human resource manager lost 132,900 ringgit to a Macau scam syndicate after being duped by a syndicate member for allegedly obtaining an extra supply of medicines at a community clinic. Kuala Lumpur Commercial Crime Investigation Department Head ACP Muhammad Mahidi Sham Ishaq said a woman who was working in the private company received a call from a man who claimed to be a health ministry official from the Medicine Supply Enforcement Division on 18th April. The victim was asked whether she had obtained an extra supply of drugs such as Panadol, painkillers, cough medicines and flu medicines at a community clinic. The victim denied the allegation, but the call was then connected to another man who claimed to be a police officer who told the victim that there was a record of her being involved in money laundering. In a statement today, ACP Mahidi Sham said the 47-year-old victim also thought that if she did not confess to the alleged offences, an arrest warrant would be issued against her. He said that the victim panicked and made money transfers 5 times into the same account from 22nd to 26th April, amounting to 132,900 ringgit. ACP Mahidi Sham said the victim lodged a police report on 30th April upon realizing that she had been cheated, and the suspect is now being tracked down. Next in sports, special team to monitor Pocket Rocketman's post-surgery recovery. A special task force has been formed to monitor and assist in the recovery process of national cycling ace Dato' Muhammad Azizul Hasni Awang, who successfully underwent heart surgery on 21st April. National Sports Institute ISN Chief Executive Officer Ahmad Faizal Muhammad Ramli said that the task force comprises specialists from ISN and the National Heart Institute IJN will be closely watching on the progress of Dato' Azizul Hasni throughout his rehabilitation. Ahmad Faizal also said the team will draw up an evidence-based structured rehabilitation program using key data. ISN will continuously communicate with the athlete dubbed the Pocket Rocketman through sports and medical sciences support. Ahmad Faizal also said that Dato' Muhammad Azizul Hasni would need all the support and prayer he can get, as well as space to fully recover from surgery in these first 3 months. The Tokyo Olympics 2020 silver medalist underwent open heart surgery for a rare heart condition known as an anomalous aortic origin of right coronary artery at the Epworth Richmond Hospital in Melbourne. The dangerous disease carries a risk of triggering a heart attack and sudden death if not treated immediately. Updates into preparations for the 2021 SEA Games in Hanoi. The experiences of senior players will be relied on to help bring out the best in the women's futsal squad on the largest ASEAN stage this time around. National women's futsal coach Jamhuri Zainuddin said 8 new players will be debuting in Vietnam. He also said 8 senior players will be alongside the new players. Among them are Malacca players Intan Sarah Anissa Zulkafli and Hanis Farhana Shamsul Azizan, as well as Selangor MBSJ players Nora Shima Muhammad Rashid. On the other hand, new faces include Noor Anshah Murad from KL, Prefer Cyber Links, and 4 players from Sabah such as Usliza Usman and Cheryl Lynn Ellie Pius. Jamhuri explained that the focus is currently on reinforcing the team's performance in 2 friendly matches to be held in Vietnam before their first encounter in the games against Thailand.
Based on current performance player, I focus on defensive, especially defensive. Macam mana untuk attack Thailand and Vietnam punya tactical.
Meanwhile, national backup wushu athlete Mandy Sabel Chan is eager to show off her skills in the upcoming SEA Games, which she says is her dream since she was younger. Taking part in the SEA Games would allow her to perform at an international level despite being faced with last-minute rule adjustments.
This is my first SEA Games, and first of all, I would like to express my gratitude to be able to go for this competition. And next of all, recently, 1 month before the competition date, we found out that the rules in our wushu competition just changed from the 2019 rules to the 2005 rules. So due to those last-minute changes, within 1 month, we have to change our difficulties as well as a little bit of our choreography.
Sabel is determined to make the best of her debut appearance at the Hanoi SEA Games and does not intend to make the event simply a place to gain experience. She is gunning for a podium finish just as she has done before when she clinched gold and silver in the 9th Asian Junior Wushu Championship held in Gumi, South Korea in 2017. Sabel also managed to win 2 golds and 1 silver at the 2018 World Taijiquan Championships in Bulgaria. That wraps up tonight's edition of News at 10. In our top story, My Sejahtera updated with infectious disease hotspot tracker. Tune in to updates at noon on TV2 and saluran Berita RTM at 12:30 p.m. tomorrow. You can also stream it with RTM Click's website and mobile app. Till then, I'm Azlani. Thanks for tuning in and good night.